one, buried dead organisms under the pressure of the ground. That could be a dead plant, a dead animal, or even a dead person. After it's under the ground for many, many, many years, all the pressure of the ground turns it into that fossil fuel, which is carbon you can touch. It's not floating around in the air, it's carbon you can touch. So that's the grabbing and storing, right? You're storing that carbon. Let's go to the next one. Okay. Now, I want you to think about this. We're switching things around a little bit. There are a lot of trees and a lot of green plants in this forest. What do green plants do? What's their special process? Photosynthesis. Very good. Okay. So these trees are going to grab the sunlight and make it into sugar. Okay. Let's go to the next one. So there's more trees. They're grabbing that sunlight and they're going to make it into sugar. And let's go to the next one. And even more trees grabbing that sunlight and making it into sugar. Okay? Go ahead. So, for photosynthesis, they have leaves have little holes in them that suck that carbon in. And then they make that solid carbon of sugar that you can eat. Let's go to the next slide. I'm sorry, go ahead and finish writing that. And go ahead and highlight photosynthesis. And I want you to then highlight makes solid C. Remember that C means carbon. Very good. Now, you're going to take that apple. See that apple that was made from that tree? It stored some sugar in an apple. You're going to take that apple and eat it. And that sugar is going to go down in your stomach. It's going to the sugar's going to get soaked into your blood and go out to your body's cells. And then what's going to happen when you need some energy, it's going to do cellular respiration. And you're going to take that carbon and that sugar and get some energy out of it and release that carbon back out into the air when you exhale, when you go, when you're breathing out. Getting that carbon back into the air. So it came into you as a solid food you could touch, and then you get rid of it as a gas when you breathe out. Let's go to the next slide. So here's somebody eating. Again, let's walk through this process. The sugar goes into his stomach, gets soaked into his blood, goes into his cells. He needs some energy now, so he does which process, Diarrhea? Cellular respiration. Yeah, you don't have it written down. Cellular respiration. And then what's going to happen? What is he going to get out of that? Energy. Okay? And he's going to breathe out what into the air? Carbon dioxide. Letting more out into the air. Okay, let's go to the next slide. So that's her exhaling. We're pretending it's cold, or she's just exhaling carbon dioxide. Okay? Let's go to the next slide. Okay. Cellular respiration. Highlight the entire definition there, cellular respiration, and then I want you to highlight releases carbon gas. Now, I need you to know every single living thing does this. So people do it, animals do it, and plants do it. Letting that carbon dioxide out into the air again. So now we have 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5 done. Let's go to the next one. Okay, now, has anybody heard of erosion? Raise your hand if you've heard of erosion. Can you tell me a little bit about what you know of erosion?
Water, wind, everything to use for land and stuff like that over a time period. Blow it away and wash it away.
You're having some rocks that are crumbling, okay? In gravity or wind or water, whatever it is, these rocks are crumbling down a surface. And there's carbon stored in that ground, right? So when these rocks are moving or crumbling or wearing away, what's going to be able to get released into the air? Some carbon dioxide, right? We're getting that carbon dioxide out into the air. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Okay, so this is some more erosion. You can see there's actually some water that's flowing down there and letting that dirt run off into the ground, okay? Let's go to the next slide. So there's even, you can see some more erosion happening. That those rocks are crumbling down that cliff. As those rocks crumble down, carbon dioxide is going to be released. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, volcanoes. They're like an explosion from inside the earth, right? So they are allowing that all that carbon inside that's in the liquid rocks in the ground to explode, letting out a huge cloud of carbon dioxide. Let's go to the next slide. So there's another volcano picture. You can see a little bit of the smoke coming off the top there. Carbon dioxide coming out. Let's go to the next slide. You can see even more. Look at all of that. A lot of that is ash. Some of it is water even. But a lot of that is carbon dioxide going into the atmosphere. Now, think about all of that carbon dioxide now in the atmosphere. What is also getting held in? More heat. Okay? Good. Let's go to the next slide. So, number 4 is volcanoes and erosion. Crumbling of the rocks. So volcanoes and erosion both do those things. They both release carbon gas into the air from inside the ground. It's thrown back up. So again, highlight volcanoes, highlight erosion, and highlight releases carbon gas. Now we're going to go to our last one. Can I have a volunteer to tell me about number